Welcome back to Mike's Miniatures, the place for all things mini wargaming, and in today's video for Deathwatch, we're going to talk about special characters for your Deathwatch army and kind of what we have to offer and what's unique for Deathwatch in general and some of the enhancements and stuff for them. So Deathwatch Space Marines have Space Marine characters. Every single potential character that you can think of, with the exception of some select name characters, they can take. So we have our captains, we have our lieutenants, we have our librarians, we have our chaplains, we have our apothecaries, we have our ancients. We have them in Terminator, Gravis, and Tactical, and Phobos. They can get just about any character, like any other normal Space Marine chapter. You can have one of these characters in here. Some are definitely better than others. Like the Judiciar is probably one of my favorites out of all the character models so far, with his fights first ability when he's attached to a melee unit like Blade Guard veterans and things like that. Chaplains with their enhancements are also amazing. Librarians, even though my first Space Marine army was Black Templar, and I still have a hard time with librarians. I mean, they're useful. It's all these different kinds of characters. You can have any one of these right here, and they all have the potential of having these enhancements from the Black Spear Task Force option when you select that here. As we've gone over in past, like we have with the Indomitor Kill Team, the Beacon Angelus is very good for our Captain and Gravis armor attached to that, to basically give them the Rapid Ingress stratagem for 0 command points and give him and the Bears unit the Deep Strike ability. So they're basically turning Gravis units into similar to Terminator-like units right here, which is an awesome ability right here. The Tome of Eclipses here that you can add to your captains or watchmasters can basically make your Oath of Moment targets re-roll to hit, and gives you a second Oath of Moment target as well. For the entire army, which is amazing. Oculus Key is something that can only be put on a Watchmaster or a Tech Marine. This is something that allows you to have the ability to have bonuses from being hit or hitting enemy vehicles and things like that. It's very good. And Thief of Secrets is also a very good one, increasing all the melee attack, hit, to wound, to attack, strength, increase damage, everything increases by 1. That's an amazing ability. Good for your assassination-like characters right here. But Deathwatch armies have a unique thing too, where we have 3 specific Deathwatch characters. Well, one of them's not really a character, it's technically a vehicle, but it's only used in the Deathwatch here, and that's these 3 right here. We have a classic Watchmaster Artemis, and the Corvus Blackstar. And now, hopefully, as 11th edition comes here in the next year, we will see Deathwatch get some new characters. I would love if we got some more Space Marine models that have a Deathwatch specific kind of a thing. Maybe the kill team, the new veteran Deathwatch veteran kill teams will be in their own separate boxes. That would be a nice thing to finally have, rather than buying a $250 box or hope that you can find somebody who only wants the Necrons and was willing to sell you their Deathwatch veterans here. But we'll see what kind of happens with with that, now that Deathwatch has actually been pulled out of obscurity from Games Workshop because of the popularity from the opening with Space Marine 2, as well as just how well they've been performing in the latest tournaments scene and things like that. I believe Auspex Tactics a day or 2 ago did a video before the weekend showing that Deathwatch was like number 2 in most improved kind of armies, having a very high win rate. I believe it was almost a 53% win rate or something. I'd have to rewatch the video, but definitely really good to see that they're actually showing love in this. If we have more of this, that means Games Workshop might hopefully, fingers crossed, give us some more characters to use with this force here, with those enhancements and things like that. But let's do a deep dive of each of these characters right here. First and foremost, we'll go into the Watchmaster. He has a movement 6, toughness 4 with a saving throw of a 2-up. He'll have 5 wounds and leadership of 6 up with a single objective control. This guy can be attached to any Deathwatch veterans or the Fortis kill team. He can lead those types of units right there. He does have an invuln save of 4 up. And he has 2 abilities, first one being the strategic knowledge, that while he is leading the unit, that unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in the turn in which they have done an advance or a fallback. That is an awesome ability. It gives you more versatility. If you advance or if you have to fall back for that objective control, you can still do your shooting and charge phase if need be. That is awesome. And then the ability just simply called Watchmaster. Once per battle round, 1 unit from your army with this ability can use this unit to be targeted by a stratagem. If it does, the command point stratagem is reduced by 1. So yeah, just like any other captain model, when you use a stratagem on him, and if it costs 1 or 2 command points, remove that cost of 1 command point. It saves you those points. Definitely will love having that ability right here. The Watchmaster does have a single weapon, that's his Vigil Spear. It is both a ranged and melee. The ranged is actually pretty good with 24 inches, 2 attacks, 2 up, strength 4, AP 1, damage 2, and when his melee profile, 6 attack, 2 up, strength 6, AP 2, D3 damage. So a minimum of one or 2 points of damage with each one that goes through, and it does have the Lance keyword ability with that weapon, which I believe Lance allows you to have some strength against being charged or doing the charging right here. So this unit is a no slouch. The model looks amazing. He is, like I said, as I'm doing my own Deathwatch Watchmaster model for my army right here. This is one of the last firstborn Marines that was created, and so Games Workshop knew that they were doing the Primaris and rolling them out, and so they kind of made him a little bit bigger. And so even though he's technically a firstborn model, he looks really good with Primaris models. He kind of has like more of a Napoleon complex, so you can definitely tell he's shorter, but he's not too short. He looks like he could still, beat you up kind of a deal. So this is a really cool model, definitely a cool guy. In a Deathwatch army, you can take a maximum of 3 of these guys in your battle force right here. Next, we have the Corvus Blackstar, the vehicle model. This one is a unique transportation battle tank. This is basically, as I was looking at it, very similar to the Repulsor Executioner. It's just instead of hovering, it actually does the flying. So we have a 20-inch movement, toughness 10, saving throw 3 up, 14 wounds, leadership of 6 up with no objective control because it's a vehicle, it's not an actual person, so it doesn't actually control the stuff. But instead of using this to go fly over and take objectives here, you'll have him fly over and you can drop off your Deathwatch veterans, or maybe your Deathwatch Terminator squad right here, or that Indomitor. That's the thing. But get your Indomitor kill team, a small one or whatnot, and just have it inside this here. More or less, you're probably just going to do the Deathwatch veterans in this, drop them off down the field, kind of a deal. He has a set of different weapons for the ranged weapons, a Hurricane Bolter, 6 attack, 3 up, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. That is twin linked and rapid fire 6 which is a good thing to go. You have your choice between either doing the twin assault cannon or the twin las cannon. They have their pros and cons to each. Assault cannon has a shorter range of 24 inch, 6 attack, 3 up, strength 6, 0 AP, 1 damage. So this one right here, compared to the las cannon, that's double the distance at 48 inches, single attack, 3 up, 12 strength, AP -3, and a D6 +1. Your las cannon option, if you do that, is going to be your anti-vehicle. Your twin assault cannon, that's your anti-infantry. So whoever you're going to be going up against, if you're going up against Tyranids, do your twin assault cannon to wipe out those units here, unless they have, the new Battle Force box that they announced for 2025 with the big monsters. Get the twin las cannons. Definitely great. Has the twin linked ability and devastating wounds. And you could take one or either of these here, but you can't have both. The Blackstar rocket launcher, you get 2 of those, and that's basically the 2 rockets on each side of the wings here. They have a 30-inch range, D6 +1 attack, 3 up, strength 5, 0 AP, 1 damage each, but they do have the blast keyword for them right here. And being a flyer, you don't want to be doing this, but they do have the armored hull with 3 attacks, 4 up, strength 6, damage 1, no AP obviously. But if you have your flyer is needing to ram into something, he can ram into something right here. They do have some unique abilities, and 2 of them, the first 2, we have the Auspix Array or Infernum Halo Launcher. You can have one or the other, you can't have both. So you get to pick which one. Auspix Array lets you have all your ranged weapons equipped by this bearer have the Ignores Cover ability. That's awesome. I would probably pick this one over the Halo Launcher, which lets the bearer have the Smoke keyword. Smoke makes it harder for you to hit them, but ignoring cover with your weapons so that it doesn't matter where the enemy tries to hide, he's a flyer, he'll just shoot you down. That's awesome right here. And then Blackstar Cluster Launcher, each time the model makes his normal move, you select one enemy unit that he moved over. So if he's flying over, and as you do so, roll a d6. Roll a d6. For each 5 up, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound. Roll a d6 for each model, basically. That is awesome. He's basically making a bomb run, kind of a deal. This guy, literally, if you're not doing some sort of damage with him moving around and things like that, you're not really utilizing this model very well. He does being a vehicle when he's down to 5 or less wounds. Each time you have to subtract 1 to the hit, it makes it harder for him to take out models here. But it is a transport, can transport up to 12 Adeptus Astartes infantry or kill team models. Jump Pack, Gravis, or Terminator models take up 2 model spaces, and Centurion models will take up to 3. So if you have your Terminators, you want to have in here your Gravis models, you can have a squad of up to 5 in here. So pretty simple going from there. Okay, and so that's that character. Let's do the final character that we can have in our army, which is Watch Captain Artemis. Watch Captain Artemis has movement 6, toughness 4, saving throw of 3 up, 4 wounds, leadership 6 up, and objective control 1. He is very similar to the Watchmaster, but he is a named character and has some unique special rules with him right here. His combi weapon is a named combi weapon called the Hellfire Extremis. Has 12-inch range, roll a d6 for the attacks, automatically hit, strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. And it has the anti-infantry 4 up rule, devastating rules, devastating wounds ignores cover and is torrent. So it's a flamer. It does devastating wounds. It'll ignore cover if he's shooting at infantry. So this is your termagants for Tyranids, or boys for orcs and things like that. He is just on a 4-up, knocking them down automatically. You're just basically rolling a d6 to how many you want to how many wounds you want to make, kind of a deal with this gun right here. And then he has his mastercrafted power weapon, 6 attack, 2 up, strength 5, AP -2, damage 2. So that's a really good mastercrafted weapon right here. He does have a 4-up invuln save, just like any other Space Marine character, and tactical instincts that while he is leading a unit, the weapons equipped by the models of that unit will have the lethal hits ability, and he is the unstoppable champion. For the first time this model is destroyed, roll a d6. At the end of the phase, on a 2-up, set the model back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it was destroyed, and not within engagement range of any enemy units with 1 wound remaining. That is awesome. To bring him back on a 2-up, as long as board-wise he's not too far from where the model fell, that's cool. Definitely want to get this guy in your army right here. He can be attached to Deathwatch veterans or a Fortis kill team as well. As you can see with the characters, I mean, Deathwatch veterans is going to be your primary. It is your primary battle line over regular intercessors, assault intercessors, or anything like that. So these guys leading those standard here, definitely really cool. And using your Corvus Blackstar to transport the models is something that you will want to do with that here. But that's really the video, guys, here, going over the unique characters and some of the rules that Deathwatch can take. I think for the next video, I'm going to kind of come up with a game plan of what I want to do for the channel for the Deathwatch Army. Kind of what my take of a thematic Deathwatch army is. It's not going to be a very big one. We're going to do some. I'm going to have kind of the Firstborn version of it, the Primaris version of it, and give you a couple examples of different kill team loadouts of kill teams and how I would do it, and probably what we are going to do with this channel right here. Use the links down below if you guys want to get any of these characters if for starting your own Deathwatch army. And until next time, guys, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Miniatures. Bye bye.